Well, the events of 9/11 brought the US together like never before in modern history. It was a tragedy that seemed to unite politicians of both parties, as well as people from every part of the country in a spirit of patriotism and togetherness. Today, however, exactly 22 years since that fateful day, the nation remains arguably more divided than ever. So what happened? And can the disuniting of the United States be reversed? Well, here to discuss this is a man who was governor of New York on September 11th, 2001, George Pataki. Governor, great to have you on the programme, especially today.
Thank you, Piers. Nice being on with you.
It must bring back so many evocative memories for you, that awful day.
Awful day is the right word. You know, when I go down to ground zero, as I approach it, you just have this tremendous sense of loss. You know, the friends and people you worked with, the firefighters who died that day, and we'll never be able to bring them back. And it's just really a sad day in that sense, but also you can't help but appreciate the courage, how New Yorkers and Americans responded that day and the weeks and months thereafter. And when I go down there as well, I see the life, the excitement, the vibrancy of Lower Manhattan. And that makes me proud that for all the horror, we've come back stronger than ever in Lower Manhattan.
That is indisputably true. I'm in Manhattan a lot, and it's been remarkable to see how that city, but it doesn't surprise me. New York's an incredible city with incredible people. It has that spirit about it. It reminded me of London after the Blitz and so on in World War II. But what's happened to the unity that when America came together after 9/11, I'd never seen anything quite like that. I remember George Bush, I think we've got a clip of George W. Bush, the president, throwing the first pitch at the Yankee Stadium. And this was what happened. So this was the president at the time, George W. Bush, being unanimously cheered by a roaring Yankee Stadium. And Governor, when you see that, that couldn't happen anymore. Things are so toxic now, so tribal, so partisan, that whoever's president, no one's going to get that kind of response. And the latest poll shows 65% of Americans believe America's never been so divided. Do you feel that? And if so, what is the answer?
Piers, absolutely, I feel that, and that's the second tragedy of September 11th. One was who we lost that day, but the second is how a country that was the most unified in my lifetime is now the most divided I've ever seen it in my lifetime. And I think I don't mean to be overly simplistic, but it comes down to leadership. You need to have a leaders who look to inspire the people with a common destiny going forward, and instead. For years now, we've had just partisan division aimed at my party winning more than the other party. And instead of bringing us together from the top down, it's been about divide for political benefit. And I think that is a tragedy that has hurt this country, but I don't think it's irreversible. You know, the spirit of the American people is still there. The belief in the future of this country is still there. We just need the right leader.